Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. I'm glad that you're here. And tonight we are talking about tires. And if you know me and if you know my channel, you know that I love tires. I love buying tires. I even like the smell of tires. And of course I like the tires, how they have developed over the years. And in this video we're going to talk about what the cheapest options are, what the most expensive options are, and I have two cars as an example, and we'll go from there, and I'll tell you my personal opinion, what I would buy and what I wouldn't buy, who should buy cheap tires and who should buy expensive tires. So let's have a look at some videos where I talk about tires, and then we'll get right into it. In case you don't see it, these are the Goodyear Assurance tires. These are all seasons. And the reason I Vredestein tires, and they are called Windtrack Pro. You know, the size is. So I got no Michelin Super Sports on it, and these are the OEM tires that came with its stock tires. All right, what wheels did I buy? Let's have a look. Here we go. Winter tires. See, the thread clearly tells you that they are winter tires. Alright, so let's start with the expensive tires. In a moment you will see they can be very expensive. And of course, the more specific the tire is, the more expensive it gets. So we are not taking a ginormous truck as an example, or a Lamborghini or something, or not even my GT350, which also has very expensive tires that it needs to have. We'll take my Lincoln Town Car as a normal vehicle, and we'll take the Tesla Model Y, and I'll tell you why. Because there's a whole debate about EVs. Are they good? Are they bad? I mean, right now it's even worse with Elon and all that stuff. So we'll talk about, do tires on an EV cost more or not? So, but first, let's talk about the pros of expensive tires. One of the biggest one is there's an improved grip. You know, there's usually more grip on expensive tires. The handling's better too. So, and cheap tires can have that too when they're new, but the older they get, the less it gets. So the pro of an expensive tire, the grip and the handling, especially the handling. Longer thread life too. I experienced the more expensive the tire is, the better sometimes the thread life is. Now, I don't mean that when the rubber sometimes it gets really hard and it's hardened and they barely wear. That's different, you know. That's not what I mean. Better ride comfort and reduced noise, that for sure. I mean, I can attest to that. So the ride is usually better with expensive tires, and the noise is also lower. You know, you hear less tire noise. The enhanced fuel efficiency, not always, but most times I think we have a little bit better fuel efficiency with more expensive tires. So I think those are the main ones with the expensive tires. Now let's look at the cons of expensive tires. Well, expensive tires, you know, they have an initial cost that's much higher, and we'll see how high that is in a minute. They potentially can wear faster in some cases. Some high performance tires, they have a really soft rubber, and they wear faster, but they are made for high performance. So depending on what you do with them, they're great. On normal driving, maybe not good. So, and then, you know, you don't always need those expensive tires. If you drive in a city, you live in Chicago and you drive within Chicago to work, back home, to grandma, to church, wherever you want to go, you don't really need those expensive tires, you know. So you pay for something you don't need, you know. And some expensive tires are also made for racing, like I said, for specific purposes that you don't always need. So that's about it. I can't think of anything else to say about that. So let's look at a few examples. So I'll pull up some tires here, and we'll start with the Lincoln Town Car. And let me find the picture, the right picture for the Town Car. And where is it? I have it somewhere here, and of course when you look for it you don't find it. Here we go. So Lincoln Town Car, expensive tires. I have hold on, this is a little weird here, but okay, I went on Discount Tires homepage and I unchecked the box for all-terrain tires, and they show me all-terrain tires for a town car. That's dumb, and I cannot get it away. So let's do this a little bit different. The first one here they recommend as the most expensive is the Eagle F1 Asymmetric 5. As an all-season tire, it costs $258 each, $1,032 for the 4 tires. So that is a lot of money for a normal vehicle like the town car. Then I have here, look at this, I compare some other town car tires since it has the ATs in there. So there's a Pirelli Cinturato, how do you say that, P7, pretty good tire, $247. Then I have the Bridgestone Ecopia, $220, and the Michelin Cross Climate 2. Michelin is a really good brand. That's my favorite one. Is usually Michelin. Of course, it's a French brand, but still good. By the way, Bridgestone is from Japan, and they also own Firestone. Then Pirelli, of course, is Italian. Alright, so there we have a price range between $258 and $218 for the expensive town car tires. Now if you buy really cheap, you save a lot of money, but a lot of times they're not as safe. They use more fuel. They are not as good in wet conditions. Also, they can wear really fast, or they can dry out, or also you can have issues with the handling, braking, tire blows. All that has happened with very cheap tires, so be careful with that. Be careful. And I'm going to tell you who should buy cheap tires at the end. So here are the cheapest tires that Discount offers for the town car. First one is a Mojave CUV. That is a tire, I've never heard that before. $86 only. So the whole cart is almost the price of one expensive tire. Is that crazy? Now Mojave, they are built by Paragon tires, and apparently they're made in the US. So yeah, doesn't sound too bad, but I can't believe they're that great. Then there's an Arturo AZ600. Haven't heard of that. $87, also very cheap. I think Arturo is that Chinese. It may be. Mildstar MS932 Sport. What a horrible name for a tire. $105 each, and I know Mildstar is a Chinese brand, so that is a Chinese brand. Mildstar. They're made by Nankang rubber tire. It's actually from Taiwan, so okay, take that back. So they're from Taiwan, but still, it's cheap brand. Okay, so those are the cheapo ones. So now if you drive your town car only in the city, I think one of these would probably be fine. It's probably okay. If you drive your town car on the freeway, 70 miles an hour max, probably okay. If you drive in the summer or when the weather's good, no problem. Now, if you go on long road trips, the weather can change, and rough terrain, rain, or if you are a spirited driver, I would say no. Don't do that. Also, if you're very picky and you like low noise, I would say no. Don't go into a tire like that. Just leave it up to yeah, just stay with a mid-grade tire. You don't have to do the very expensive one, but a mid-grade tire is what I would do. So let's go over to the Tesla. Look at this. Here we have the cheapest tires for the Tesla, and you can see immediately the prices go up a little bit. But it's not that you have to have electric car tires, Tesla tires, all the BS that I hear. No, you can put any tires on the Tesla. It doesn't matter. The cheapest one is actually a Laufin tire, S-Fit AS, also a horrible name, $141. The 4 for $564. That's an pretty decent deal, and to be honest, Laufin tires, they're made as a sub-brand of Hankook, and Hankook is a South Korean company, and they have pretty good tires. Now, I think these are the Laufin ones are made in Indonesia, but I think I would trust those. You have a Milestar weather guard for $157, Chinese tire, and a Nexon Platinum for $170. So I don't know, I have Chinese tires on the Tesla right now because I tried them and they're great, but when it's wet and you have to hit the brakes hard, they are a little bit scary, to be honest. I had to test that once. Really quick, here are the most expensive tires for the Tesla, so you can see the difference. Pirelli Scorpion MS 457, and the P0 from Pirelli 431, and we have another Pirelli for 419. You can see them all three. They're all kind of performance tires. Performance, I mean, that's an all season, not really performance, but anyways, you see when you go up to Pirelli, you get a lot better quality and better quality tire, but also a lot more expensive. Now, since we mentioned it, here are some specific EV tires, and we have the Goodyear Electric Drive 2. It's $308, an all-American tire. A Bridgestone is from Japan, Turanza EV, and a Michelin E-Primacy. So one is $324, the other one is $292. So see, EV tires aren't that expensive either. That is just a myth that everything that has to do with EVs is always so expensive. Just to say that. So what's different with EV tires? They are built a little different, so they roll better, yeah, they just have a reduced rolling resistance, So, and of course, if you have a reduced rolling resistance, you have a better range. Also, they're made for heavier vehicles, which that's also a myth. My Model Y weighs about the same as a Porsche Macan SUV, or Ford Explorer is about the same. So EVs are not always super heavy, but that's not the topic. We're not talking about EVs here right now. So why buy expensive tires? I mean, there's a lot of different reasons for it. Better quality, safer ride, less noise, and there's a reason you pay the price. Expensive tire brands and companies, they have testing facilities, like you see on this picture here. Also indoor facilities where they really test those tires and they improve them year by year. While the companies that do the cheapo tires, they just want to make a decent tire for everybody. It's not horrible, but not good, and in many cases they are sadly on the not so good range. So I mean, it's all up to you. My recommendation is buy a mid-grade tire, which is not the most expensive, not the cheapest, so you can't go wrong. If you only go in the city and you go slow or you don't drive often, buy a cheap tire. If you are a fast driver, you drive a lot in the rain, you need winter tires that are good, or all seasons that are good for very hot weather and for snow. Buy a good quality tire. That is the best you can. That's really is the best you can do. Like the Michelin, the Cross Climate. That is one of the best tires you can get. I mean, great tire for an all season tire. So all weather tire, I should say. All weather tire. Okay, guys, that was it. Just a little bit of talk about tires here. I planned on different videos for today, but we had the snow come back, and I just didn't have time to come up with something new because the weather. So we'll do this here. I like talking about tires. I hope you do too. I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, tell me your opinion. What tires would you buy? What do you buy for your town car? And yeah, hope to see you soon. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. It's free. Alright, guys, have a great, for me it's a night, have a great night, and see you soon on my channel.